the pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through.
I'm changing who I am, I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life and I won't look back ever again.
You ain't see me activated, you better hope that you never see me agitated. I think about my actions, plan them out, evaluated. That's how I end up on the top, man, I'm calculated. My mind's a weapon, my body is the engine. I'm never second guessing, I just do what I was destined, cause I feel I got the blessing.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode here on my channel. I am TradeFly, and I'm going to be your host today. We got a lot to look at, a lot on the charts to look at. I had a big miss this morning, a little upset. Timing is everything. So if you guys are in the Discord, once I got in, started going through the charts and really doing some analysis, there was a lot that lined up this morning for a pretty nice opportunity for a long, but that is okay. We're going to look for the next trade here, and let's go ahead and start getting into that. First thing I'm going to do, though, is give you guys in the chat some shout outs. I appreciate you guys. I recognize all of you. You are all family in here. Love to see it. Love to see it. Ada Ace, my dude's in here first. Alexandra G, the best mod in the biz. She's in here. How you doing, lady? Donato Cabrera, what's up, man? How you doing? Hope all is well. And of course, Jesse Gulu. What's up, man? I see you took the uncle away. That's all right. That's all right. Good to see you, bro, in the chat. And who else we got here? We got DJ and Brian. What's up, brother? Good to see you. And K Diggity. No doubt. Let's go. Darren does things. What is up, my dude? Trade Brigade. You know what's going down. You know how we roll. Eco, let's go. How you doing? And then, of course, line, or not line. I always want to say line because line of sight. In the military, LOS is line of sight. Last one standing. Last one standing. What is up to you? And my dude, of course, Harp in the house. And y'all just keep flowing in here. Let's go. French Toaster, hola, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, let's go ahead and start getting in to our first spot today. So it is going to be a little change, all right? A little change on how I'm running the show. The daily DGen is probably going to kick to the side here for a little bit while I figure everything out with Bitunix. I want to make sure that all of my trading, all of the numbers are looking good. So therefore, for right now, we're going to kind of hold on the daily DGen, but that is okay because what I'm going to do is try to develop the skills as a trader, set you guys up, show you what I'm doing, how I'm setting myself up to potentially get into a scalp trade. So we will look for that today. All right. If that opportunity is there today, we will take a trade, and that'll be kind of how we go about things here in the short term. All right, first thing we got is a overarching analysis looking at Bitcoin right now, where we're at. You can see that there is a descending channel that we have honored. All right, so we got up here. You guys know I was saying, hey, be careful in this zone. My bias was still to the downside. I maintained that for a good 48 hours, and then it finally broke down. And the reason was there was just a lot of confluence up here with different horizontal levels, the dynamic reactor. We had pivot points. It was all just kind of lining up in that area around 89,000 or so. Okay, so not very surprising to see a rejection. Now we are working our way down, and this is the zone that we were looking at earlier. I was looking at this morning. There was a lot of confluence here with pivot points. Again, you had some liquidity sitting around there, which has now been wiped out, and you had the value area low of the range. So there was a few things that were lining up to be like, hey, like there's the opportunity for a little bit of a bounce, and that is what we ultimately ended up seeing today. But now, what are we doing? We kind of worked our way back up, and we're running into the point of control of the range. Now, I'm not saying it's the end-all be-all by running into the point of control, but you know me, I do like those initial rejections. I do look for price action in those areas initially, And we're going to see how this is going to react. Now, as we get a little deeper into the analysis, which will be later, we're going to start looking at other things. We're going to look at the S&P. We're going to look at the NASDAQ. And we're going to see if there's any correlation there, because I will give you a little teaser. There is. Okay, we hit a very important level for the NASDAQ this morning. I think ultimately was driving the market. I think in times of uncertainty, you're going to start seeing a little bit of a correlation here between some of the traditional markets as well as Bitcoin. We saw that in 2022. When things get a little weird, things get uncertain, you do see a little bit of a parallel in price action, right? When people are risking off, it's the same with Bitcoin as it is with some of the traditional markets. So keep that in your scan. I think it can have an impact. So looking at that, let's go ahead and go back here, and we're going to go ahead and do something a little bit different here. We're going to pull up the ChartPrime Prime Oscillator Pro Plus, and we're going to look at that and see what that is telling us on the daily time frame specifically. Okay, so what we're looking at right now is you can see generally that money flow is coming out of the market. True 7 is bent over, as well as the main oscillator itself is still headed down and right, and that is on the daily. Okay, so I can tell you a different picture if you start looking at the 4-hour, the 8-hour, things of that nature. I will say that generally I do like looking at the 8-hour. Now, when you look at the 8-hour, this is one of the reasons that I was like, man, it was a miss this morning, because we were getting bullish divergence on the 8-hour with a reversal before that happened. So you got the bullish divergence, right? The oscillator was going up, price action was going down. We can actually go back to the chart here and validate what I'm saying to you. Let's go to the 8-hour. I just want to show you that real quick. Look, price action going down. Oscillator was working its way up. So there was your bullish divergence. And that was just, I mean, this was screaming take a long position here, just based on knowing that there could be a potential for a little bounce. Again, it's just a probability thing, just a probability. All right, let me see what just popped up here. Be aware of scam comments if you finish the live stream mostly within an hour. Yep, tracking on that. I do have Jay Violet. Jay Violet is handling those. All right, so she's been going through and deleting those for me. So thank you, Jesse, for that update. All right, so that was something that I was looking at this morning. Now we're trying to figure out where can we go from here. Again, there's resistance up to the top side of price action. So it's kind of a wait and see, right? Either you're going to play this as resistance, or you're going to look for it to break, and you'll look for that retest on the top side of the price action. So let's go into our little market update here, and we're going to look at the total market cap, which is at 2.69 trillion. That is up 0.66%. 24-hour trading volume is at 78 billion. That is an increase of 55.99%. Bitcoin dominance currently at 61.48%, and that is up 0.14% over the last 24 hours. Bitcoin price currently sitting at 83,425. I am currently in a very small short using my account with Trading Wars. If you guys don't know, I'm on that show as well. I got some big names on there. You got Evan Aldo, you got Jenna X, you got Crusader, Keeper's actually trading, and Crypto Face himself are all trading. Oh, and Bullish Trader. Bullish Trader's on there as well. So we are all competing against each other to see who can have the highest P&L by the end of it. I think there's 2 weeks left there. All right, Ethereum, we're transitioned, by the way. Ethereum is at currently $1,845, and that is not looking all that great over the last 7 days. XRP at $2.12. That's been kind of losing its butt lately. BNB is 605, Solana 126, and Dogecoin at 16, Cardano at 65 cents. Tron, rounding out the top 10, is at 23 cents, but looking generally okay over the last 7 days. So that one is diverging a little bit from the rest of the coins. Take note of that. When you see a little divergence, take note. What's happening and why is that happening? All right, let's go over the crypto bubbles. I know you guys love the pictures. Wall is up 14.5%, Ton's up 9%, FLR, Flare is up 7.7%. Let's see, who's getting hit here? Jupe, that is getting hit. It's down 8.8%. That's really the biggest loser on the top 100. PI is down 6.4%. Move, I love always saying it's moving in the right or moving in the wrong direction. Today, it is in the wrong direction. That is down 4.9%. Leo is down 5.4%. Other than that, nothing really too crazy. I'd say the only thing that really stands out, only two really that are standing out to me are Wall and Ton right now. So other than that, pretty split looking at the crypto bubbles. Okay, let's kind of get into the fun part here. So what I have done, right, I've set this up so that I can quickly get into a trade. All right, now this is on Bitunix. Here we go for the little shill aspect of this. Bitunix right now, if you sign up using my link, this is only for the next 7 days, you will perpetually save 10% on your trading fees for eternity. All right, so as long as Bitunix is a thing, as long as you're trading on it, you will save 10% of your trading fees. That adds up, ladies and gentlemen. Not only that, once we get the premium side of the Discord up and running, you will have full access to that. All you got to do is drop me your UID. I will add you to the list there, and you're going to have full access. And I'm going to do this for a week. All right, so for a week, you want to get in early. That's how we're going to roll here in the short term. All right, so what have I done to set myself up? I do not want cross. Let's fix that. Step 1. All right, so we are isolated. We are 44x. Now, if you guys don't know, this is the way that Alex O likes to get into some of his scalp trades. Pretty much his baseline almost every time is 44x. But it's not just, all right, it's 44x and it's got to be 3-to-1. Understand that it's got to make sense to get into these trades, okay? So don't just blindly go into it. So right now, there's $505 in this account. This is basically trial money, all right? They gave it to me to be like, hey, have your fun here. But I do have another trading account, but this is what I'm going to use live here on the show. All right. So this one right here, full bagging it. Please don't do that. Typically you would like to use $2,500 of margin. So, it just depends if you actually have that money to play with or not. But this one, we only got $500. So that's what we're going to do. I am personally, just full bagging it. You can see how this works out now. So 1% change, all right? 1% change to the positive. So I'm setting up my stop losses. I can adjust those, but it's like the quick entry. Let me get in really quick to this. And then a 0.3% to the negative side. So you can see right here, one thing that's really, really cool is that it's already triggered for the top and the bottom. So like if it was a long or a short, you're ready to go. All right, you're ready to go. Whether you're taking a long or a short position, it's going to give you everything that you need to know here in terms of how much it costs. Yada, yada, yada. All right. So fees, you got to put those in. All right. So one of the things that I have, and it's not really ready for prime time yet, I got to work on the short part of it. The formula is a little wonky. For the long, it works great. Now, what that does is incorporate the fees too. So what do you really need to be 3-to-1? Okay, so if you were using $2,500 of margin for this trade, which is kind of the standard with me going in, then it would be $120 of fees. You have to incorporate that into your analysis, whether you want to get into this trade or not. Now, understand with this one, when I'm saying it's 200 to 60, we're not using the same margin. All right, these numbers would be different. It would actually be 900 and 300 would be your numbers, but you have to incorporate that in. This is why when I'm saying, hey, I'm going to be able to save you guys some money on your trading fees, that's nice, right? You're automatically taking 10% out of that. It's going to be hard for you guys to find that. And I think it's a better deal than the, hey, put in $100 or put in $500, get $100. Those deals, right? It doesn't last, right? It doesn't continue on with you. I think that this is going to be the better deal for you guys. But I do have something coming down the pipe next week. It will be one of those kind of deals where it's, hey, put in X amount of money to get X amount of money. And then it will make you VIP 3. Now it's only going to be for, I think he said 30 days. VIP 3, now that's a significant saving on your fees. All right. So the problem is if you take that deal, you're going to miss out on the 10% deal. So you guys have to think about that, what makes sense for you. But here nor there, this is how we're set up. Okay, so we're ready. We're primed and ready to go. All we'll have to do is come on back to this page and hit long or short, and we are taking the trade. Not much thought more into that. So again, understanding your exchange, getting yourself set up, all very, very important. But let's get into our next segment here, and that is going to be one I know you guys love. Sound the siren. We got to bring our man Elmer Fudd up. Here we go. All right, BlackRock CEO says US dollar is at risk of losing reserve status to Bitcoin. Yo, This is big. I really want you to take note of this. If the dollar loses its reserve status, that is bad. I know it's bullish for crypto, but that says that you should be exchanging your money for Bitcoin right now. And that is now, in my mind, starting to make so much more sense. Why are the institutions so heavy into crypto right now? Why are they dumping so much money? Why is BlackRock so invested in Bitcoin? There is the potential that the dollar may not be the world currency anymore. It could shift to Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. And that will be the reserve, not only for the US, but like that will be the currency around the world because it's cheaper. People can actually track the transactions, like, and it's faster. When it really comes down to it, you're taking out a lot of the middleman. This is huge, huge news. I think it's underrated. I don't think a lot of people are talking about it. This makes me more and more say, you know what? I'm just going to start stacking the bag. I don't even really care. Like, this could turn in for me to just be like, you know what? I'm just taking a G every month and I'm throwing it into Bitcoin and I ain't even looking back, bro. I ain't even going to look back. So that's kind of my thought process right now. I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to be real with you. Like this, it's concerning, right? That BlackRock comes out and says this. The other thing is like, there could be an alternative motive or ulterior motive because they could just be pumping their bags. I don't know. But for me, that is tough. All right, let's go over the chat real quick. I see some people popping up in here. I got my dude, Clay the Great. What is up, my homie? Yo, TradeFly, are you doing the Breakout Prop Challenge? You have a following and would qualify for an affiliate. I am not. It's something I've thought about doing. It's something I don't have the time to do, to be perfectly honest with you. Like I'm trading on my personal account. I'm doing Trading Wars. I'm trying to do TA for different Discords. And there's some discussions as well as, with some other people potentially joining forces here, but we'll see. We shall see. But no, it's not something I'm doing. I know a couple people are. I know FD is. So if you guys are interested in following him, I think he's doing it. So definitely check him out. All right. Let's see here. Who we got in here? We got Defiant. He said, howdy fly. Hope everyone had a good weekend. It was good. I'll tell you what, I got to unwind, hang out with the kiddos. I was just totally concentrated on them, and it was amazing, to be honest with you. Let me see this code here, VIP code. Which one did you post, Alexander G? Let me look at this real quick. I'm gonna go to my notes, and I'm gonna post the one. I may not have updated it in the chat or in my my details, I guess. Description. That's the word I'm looking for. All right, let me go ahead and post this. We'll post this here for you guys so you got it. But again, it'll save you 10%, and that is forever. I'll go ahead and pin that. All right, let's see who we got else in here. Anyone know of an indicator that will auto-calculate your fees based on your leverage and margin? That is the calculator I have, French Toaster. It is, again, I'm working on the shorts. There seems to be a discrepancy with the formula on the shorts. Once that is done, I will post it in the Discord, and you will all have access to it. All right, so basically, I have that up. I'll keep it up with me when I get into these, and I keep it over to the side, right? So I have my main screen over to the side. I have my calculator, and it basically says, hey, these are the fees. This is really what leverage you need, or what, 3-to-1, 5-to-1. Because realistically, let me be real with you. With the fees, because the fees kick your butt so much, you actually need a little bit closer to a 5-to-1 to really cover those fees and have your 3-to-1. All right, so it gets a little bit confusing there when people are like, hey, we're going 3-to-1. Yeah, you are technically, but sometimes you're not, because you got to incorporate the fees into it. And so that's one thing I want to be transparent with you guys so that you understand, as individuals that are probably having taker fees at a 0.06 or it's 0.06. So if you have those taker fees at 0.06, like that, it's a different ball game, because a lot of people that are trading, content creators, you need to understand that they have they're getting commissions on their fees. So they're able to kind of take that into the equation to be like, hey, 50% of those fees can go back to them, or they're not subject to that. So we are sometimes playing a little bit of a different game, and I want you guys to understand that. But I would like to pass some of that on to you guys as I grow and get bigger. I plan to try to give more and more of that back to you. That's the plan. Okay, and the longer you guys stay around, the longer you guys are fam, the better I'm gonna make it for you. I promise you that. All right, so that is that. We've talked a little bit about fees. We've talked a little bit about some FUD in the market here. Let's go ahead and look at the economic calendar. All right. Yeah, I got the manufacturing PMI. That is coming down the pipe tomorrow. You got JOLTS job openings. That is also tomorrow. And then you have the services PMI on Thursday. And then non-farm payrolls, unemployment rate, and Fed Chair Powell is going to be speaking on Friday. So that's going to be a big day. Definitely take note of that one. Understand that there is going to be some volatility in the market. Expect that there's going to be a little bit of risk off going into it. You'll see a slowdown. I guess people exit trades, get out of their positions going in because they don't want to be subject to the volatility. So just be ready for that. So let's go over to the liquidation heat map. You guys know I love that. You can see liquidity got cleared out this morning. We go into the daily time frame. Now you guys know I don't use this as much. I like the 3-day. Doesn't matter the time frame I am on the chart. I like the 3-day for the heat map. But one thing I want to point out to you is that there was liquidity here this morning, and that got grabbed. Okay, so it did clear up a little bit. You could see it got a little bit darker. Now liquidity is coming back in, all right, just a little bit as price is working its way down. But you can see clear rejection, price working its way down. Liquidity is now starting to trail in. But hot spots on the map, we always got to mark those. We got about 84,950. We'll call it 85K for government work. And then the other spot on the map is 80,800. So kind of in the middle. But you do see a little bit of a move starting to work its way up. This could just be a little cool off before ultimately making a move back up. So here we are 80, let's just call it 85K. 85K, let's go back to the charts here and we will go to the smaller time frame. What I'm going to do and what I recommend you guys doing when you know what the liquidity is or where it's sitting, go ahead and just put a horizontal. Doesn't matter where you put it. Go over here, go to coordinates and then type it in, 85K. So now, for me, I know where liquidity is on my chart and how is it lining up with areas of resistance. And look, it's right there. This is the 4 hours. So you got the 200, you got the dynamic reactor, you got the weekly pivot, you got previous day high, all in that area. So seeing a move up to this area would not surprise me at all. Not at all. But what we have to be ready for is the reaction. Okay. So it's not saying this is silly, right? This is gambling. If you're taking a position right here and saying, hey, like, I think we're going to go to the upside based on liquidity that's up here. Nah, it's just in the middle right now. Like, it's kind of tough for me. But like looking at some of the price action, you could make an argument that, hey, it's breaking out. It's trying to get back into this range right here. That's a little bit higher. Yeah, you could. It's still risky. I would rather wait for price action to either come down here and have an interaction or come here and have an interaction and then jump in a trade. All right. So right here, if we get some bearish action off of this area, this resistance area, there's an opportunity we could come back down and start, reestablishing the range down here and vice versa. If you get some bullish candles down here, right? We already had one strong reaction. If we get bullish candles down here and the pivot points, the value area low, then there could be an opportunity. And what I'd really look for, like primo setup, for me, would be looking for a candle down. Let me see if I can draw it here. I would look, actually not a candle, but a wick. All right, you look for a wick down, and then you reestablish the range right here. So let's see if we can get a little bit of a square going on. Let me see here. Let's find it. Let's make this somewhat nice for you. There we go. All right. Boom. All right, so you get the wick down, clears out liquidity, and then it comes back into the zone here. All right, comes back into the range. If you see something like that, then that's likely a swing failure pattern, liquidity grab, right? You're getting that liquidity, and then you're coming back into the range. That would be an opportunity for me to look for a potential long, and then look for that continuation to the upside. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to be a big move. A couple things you're going to have to keep an eye on, right? You do have some moving averages working its way down. That's 21 on the 4 hour. You have the point of control. But again, that wouldn't be a nice, or not wouldn't be, that would be a nice little move to the upside. If you were to go up to the point of control, I mean, that's a 3% move. I take that all day. Wouldn't think twice about it. All right. So that is Bitcoin in a nutshell. If you guys want some macro analysis here, let me tell you some things that are in play. Okay, one, this is your key level. There's no question about it. 88-ish, 89,000, that's your key level right now. This is going to tell you a lot. Be very, very careful of breaking out of this channel and thinking that we're super bullish because we broke out of this channel. All right, this is one of those breakouts that I'd be very, very careful of. And I think, honestly, you could see a true retest of the channel. All right, there's so much resistance up here. I would not be surprised at all to see something that looks a lot like this. Let me find my, where are you at, Pat? There we go. All right, so if you were to get a breakout, if you were to get a breakout, see a rejection, come back down, true retest, then that next move is the one where you got some potential. All right, you got some potential. Man, that is just not cooperating there. All I wanted you to do is just finish drawing the damn. All right, let me go back here. That looks absolutely bananas. Unbelievable. All I wanted to do was finish the path. All right, here we go. We're going to try round 2 here. Double click. Boom. All right, so that is a very real possibility here. So don't play the breakout. All right, that is not the opportunity. Breakout, I do think you'll hit resistance, comes back down. This is the area right here around 85K. That's the area that we then look for a long position. So this is how you can get ahead of price action. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to set an alert. And I'm going to do once per bar. Actually, take that back. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. All right, so it's going to hit. You're going to get an alert. It's going to come back down. You're going to get an alert. All right, so that second one is the one that we really key in on and say, hey, do we have the opportunity for a long position for a swing trade? Other area we're looking at is down here. We talked about that. Let me go ahead and get this off of the chart so it's not plugging it up here. But again, look for that SFP, to reestablish a range, and then you could take a potential long position there. Now, vice versa. Let's say we break down. All right, we lose this range, and we continue working our way to the downside. What are some things that we have to look at? The 0.618. All right, this 0.618 is actually from low to all-time high, and this comes back down to the 618. This would fall in line with a lot of things from the previous range. One, percentage based, it'll be roughly the same, about 34, 35%. Same with this. All right, time frame, not so close yet, right? So we could really still have some time, ping-ponging around in here before we actually make our move down. So I know people will just want it to happen and get it over with and let's just do the pain thing and continue on. But understand, this was in there for 251 days, was in this previous range. We've only been in for 139 days. We still haven't matched the percentage move to the downside yet. Not saying it has to happen, but it looks like it's trying to happen. So keep that in the back of your mind. There's some liquidity down here as well. Doesn't mean that we have to come get it. Just understand that there is a lot of liquidity sitting down in this area. But a true retest of the top part of this range still makes a lot of sense for me. And you could stay in this channel. If you extend this channel down and kind of extrapolate where price action could go, 72K, top of the range retest makes sense. And then you have a horizontal here as well as the 618. There's a lot of things that just kind of line up. Your percentage move is the same as the previous range. I think you could see price action at a minimum. I'm not saying this is your turnaround point. Hey, this is where it all turns around for us. But I am quite confident that you will see price action in this area. Just means that I'm thinking there's going to be a nice little bounce, a significant bounce. And that can be an opportunity for an intraday trade, not just scalping, intraday. All right, you'll hang on to that one a little bit longer. You'll get some better returns off of that interaction, I believe. Okay, so that kind of covers I don't know what I'm looking at. We'll say macro. We have lost the 200 SMA. We are under the dynamic reactor. So not looking all that great, but it is what it is. Let's see here what you guys got in the chat. I'm going to scroll my way back here. Start saying what's up to you. Goldie, how you doing? Good to see you in the chat. Let's see. I bet traffic is bad. Are you talking about London? There you go. All right. I don't know, man. You want to talk about bad traffic? Come to LA. Goodness gracious. Whoa. Chat is blowing up. Let's go. We got Alex O in here. I see some otters flowing. My dude. Of course, Alex O is in here. Appreciate you, homie. Thanks for being here. Trade Intuition. Bingo Bango. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Let's see who else. Mark Dutch. My dude. Justin Eubanks. What's up, my guy? How you doing, man? How you doing? Good to see you. All right. Struggling to keep up with the chat right now. You guys, the otters are just flowing. I appreciate it, though. Appreciate that. Let me know in the chat if you guys want me to look at a altcoin. First thing I'm going to do here is go over to Cardano. Take a look at that. I've been tracking that quite a bit here recently. So just let me know in the chat. And there you go. 8 Ace showing right in time because I'm going to bring up some Cardano. You know he likes that. But give me an alt. First one in there. So you don't have to blow it up. Just first one in there. I will look at that. So scrolling down here. Here we go. All right. Cardano. Let's bring that up. Love all the lines. Again, backtesting strategies. Always fun. So here we go. I was previously looking at this zone here as a potential buy opportunity. I did not post that again. I was not super confident in that zone holding up for the, fifth time. So I kind of left that one alone. We had a really nice breakdown here. And I mean, a lot of buying pressure coming in. You can see just there, that wick on the daily is pretty strong. And that is really testing this previous point of control, right? So there's a lot of guys that love these fixed range volume profiles coming back, retesting a range. It seems to have played out in this case here. If you just take this line and take it across, boom, there you go. Let's go ahead and change the color here, make it a little bit closer to the point of control. There you go. All right, so it did find support on here. That's a nice little bounce, a nice little move for Cardano off of that previous point of control there. Let's measure that out. And 2%, nothing too crazy, but taking that liquidity, shoot, it looks like it went all the way down. Not quite to the value area low. But that's an argument to keep some of these fixed range volume profiles up. The reason I kept it up on Cardano specifically was it's staying in ranges for a little while, right? You can see maintain a range here. All right, this was 10 February to 24 February, so 2 weeks. Stayed in a range here, and finally we broke out of it. I honestly, the trend for Cardano is still, unfortunately, down and right, which aligns with the greater market. Okay, it does align with the greater market. You got to be careful with that. That being said, Cardano really does have some upside potential. It's obviously been in the news. They said that it's going to be part of the whole reserve deal. And the facet of its involvement really up for debate here. But that being said, I do look for Cardano to ultimately break out of this. And I think it's got potential for some upside. So what are we looking for in the short term here? We did get some buying pressure coming in. Your first stop would be about 66 cents, but I don't think that's the game we're looking for with Cardano. I think it's a little bit further up. I think you're looking for a move probably up to 68 cents. Now, this is all contingent on Bitcoin and the rest of the market, right? So if we get our bounce, we find some consolidation for Bitcoin, then you're looking at a move up for Cardano. But where does it go with that move? It's got to retest this area. So you can see what was support, it's broken out of and is likely to become resistance. We actually got, you look at the 8 hour, you can actually see it. So when we say, hey, we're looking for that retest of an area, boom, comes down, goes up to previous support, and then ultimately breaks down. Right? This is what I'm talking about when I say, hey, look for the retest coming out of a zone or a range. This is exactly what I'm talking about right here. That played out. Okay, so that would be quite the opposite. So if you're going to take that out of here, now we're looking for that on the top side. So a move up to this area here, this would be, for me, an exit. But there's a couple things lining up too. Like you see, like the high here, you want to break this zone anyway to get your confirmation that you're going to be looking to continue to the upside, as well as having that area of resistance. So taking it up to here and saying, hey, I'm out at this point, then you just wait. You wait for the next opportunity instead of like playing this game of watching price action, bounce all over the place. Then you look for, again, maybe a move up, back down, retest, and then price action go up again. And then again, this is your key level that you're going to be looking at for support. There you go. What is this? TradeFly has a tomboy. What are we talking about? Mark. Now you're going to have to make me come back and look at the chat and see what's going on here. All right. I'm looking. Are you talking about my daughter right now? You might be talking about my daughter. She's a beast, bro. Just so you know, she is a beast. She will whoop you. That girl, she wrestles little boys. I got some cool videos of her pinning little boys, making them cry. It's a lot of fun. You know who else has a pretty cool daughter? Is Magic Internet Money, dude. Like his daughter, same. Like our daughters are very similar. Like into gymnastics, into wrestling, and they're both very good at it. It's pretty cool. So we talk about that sometimes. Definitely got a good vibe. All right. Talking about Tom Springer, your bot. Oh, fair enough. That's all right though. Now you know my life story. All right. It's about you guys are family. We can talk about that. Cool. All right, that's Cardano. Let me take a look here. Let's see what you guys got. I got ADA. Talked about that. Ton. Yeah, we can look at some Ton. I like to play with your bot. It sounds dirty. All right. Let's look at Ton. Yeah, dude, it's the bot that I have in the Discord is actually a lot of fun. Yeah, Mark. Think of what I was thinking. All right, looking at Ton. Let's go. Let's find us some Ton. Ton had a nice pop, man. So there you go. Here was kind of, I'd say, your line in the sand, $3.92. That's kind of your break. Now, ultimately, I did get a little rejection come down, retest a lot of like areas of confluence here with the 200. Let's go on the 4 hour. Just like to see that. Ton can make a move. No doubt about it, because if I'm just looking right here, look at the sharp fall. This is probably why I had these two lines identified. I think I do remember talking about it kind of recently, is there's not a lot of volume in here. So if Tom breaks this area, you could see a pretty quick move up to about $4.44. Uh-oh. Chart. Got you. Here we go. It's my thing. All right. So this is back to what I was talking about here. You got $3.92. You guys just made that chat flow. But you had a nice little breakout, came back down. Now, it wasn't a true retest of this zone right here, but here nor there, still looks bullish. You can see the price action working its way up and right. Just higher lows, higher highs, looking really nice, and a nice pop, right? Once you got this little retest of this area right here, no, it wasn't perfect on the line. I got it. But once you got that little retest of that area, man, this thing's moving. $4.44 is very much in play for Ton. And that's probably a nice move. You're at 4.1. Yeah, 6.88%. You just come back left on the chart. And then you're looking at like how much volume's in that area. Not a lot. Right? Pretty aggressive moves here back in March. And then a very aggressive move here in February. So this is March of 24. This is February of 25. So to see it make a move up very quickly would not be surprising. You have the dynamic reactor that's probably going to act as resistance. Let's see what's going on with Bitcoin right now as well. So again, yeah, I think it's looking good. Ultimately, you are getting a little overextended here. You are seeing some pullback on the oscillator. But sometimes that happens. You see it peg out to the top side right there. That's when you have a lot of bullish momentum behind some price action, you'll see that with the oscillator where it just kind of pegs out and just keeps kind of bouncing. But ultimately, it's probably going to start working its way down. And I think once you hit this area about $4.44, I think it's going to have a rejection. I think you'll see price action there. So that's something you can look for. All right. If you already missed the move, you're not in it, you didn't catch this breakout here, then, look for a little rejection here right around $4.44. Same thing I've been saying with all the other ones. If it does break or continues its move to the upside, this, man, it could really pop because this range itself is pretty large. Pretty large. So I would say the next logical move for that, if it breaks $4.44, is up to 5. Couple things that are going on at the $5 level. You got the 200 SMA. You also have a psychological area that I would keep in consideration. I think you likely see a rejection off the 200 SMA. That's a 10% move. So if you take this from where we're at right now and just let it break, find the retest, you could be up for a potential 10% move up to $5, which would be pretty nice. So I'll take a look at this. I'll try to remember to take TON and put that in the charts in the Discord here so you guys have something to look at and remember some of these numbers. Let's do this. What I'm going to do, keep it like that. Let's take a little picture, download image. There you go. I'll drop that in the charts in the Discord. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Got fire yields on USDC on Cardano right now, 60% APR. Yo, that's wild. 60% is nutty. Send me a DM, bro. Help me understand what's going on with that. You are the subject matter expert when it comes to Cardano. There is no doubt about that, man. I got some USDC to play with, bro. I'm sitting on some USDC. So if it's low risk, let's go. I'm in on that. All right. Let's see what else we got. What we got here? Chat. Let's go. We got 1027. Actually, let's go back. Let's look at some smaller time frame stuff on Bitcoin. Let's see if there's any opportunities here for us to play around. So that's just pulling back. It's not an aggressive pullback, though. And I know you guys need charts before you even do it. I got you. So just taking a fib off of the low. We haven't come back to the 382 yet. I think that makes a lot of sense. And then you get that bullish continuation. So, man, that's tough. It's not pulling back very aggressively, but it is a slow grind down. Come back left on the chart here. I just want to see where I can find some zones. And that aligns too. So you can see this previous little range here, very quick. It's obviously 5 minute, but you can see it tried to hold up a support rate. Right kind of in conjunction of where the 0.382 is. So if we're to come back down and retest that area, for me, would make a lot of sense. And then you kind of look for the price action to see what does it do, right? Do we get some bullish candles off of that area? All right, let's do this. Let's take a fixed range profile on the 5 minute. Right, this is where, oops, that was not the one I wanted. Fixed range volume profile, here we go. And look at that. So that's just adding to the area of about 83K. You got the value area high of the range. Yeah, I think we'll keep an eye on that. Let's keep an eye on that. So what are we going to do now? We are now going to add an alert to that area. Let's cancel that. That's in the way. Add an alert once. Cool. Let's go. With because that means something for me. Those blues. Let's keep it yellow. That's fine. All right. So 83K. We'll keep an eye on that. Let's actually shift that up just a teeny bit because we want to get an alert before it actually interacts with that area in case you get a wick. So we're gonna be keeping an eye on that, and we'll see if that's something we can make a play on. All right, more tariff news. What we got? Tariff BS is already priced in. Market's gonna explode, dude. So like, the tariff stuff is like, it's different every day. Every day, like it's like they're kicking the can down the road, or they're wheeling and dealing. It is a bargaining chip. It's a bargaining chip. Just understand that, okay? So it's part of the game, all right? He's using it as a tool for negotiations. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, there's going to be reciprocal tariffs. But ultimately, I think it's probably going to be a good thing in the long run. But it creates a lot of instability in the market. But I think they want that right now. My understanding is they want the markets to pull back a little bit in the short term. So understand that potential is there. But you know, we just got to keep our eye on the prize and eye on the market every day. All right, just don't be the liquidity. So, yeah. What did something come out? Let me know in the chat if something different came out. All right. Checking the chat. Yada yada yada. All right. Not too much going on here. Let me get you guys some music, shall we? Slacking on that. You guys ain't calling me out. Little bit of music. Make sure I got it tuned in there. There we go, about 15%. Let's get it. All right. Let's look at SWE. We ain't looked at SWE in a bit. Well, I mean, we did last week, but let's see where we're at. Oh man, let me pull this up. All right, I remember talking about this last week. Anybody remember what I said about SWE when we hit this? What'd I say? If I were in this trade, I would exit. I ain't know it was gonna pull back this hard. That's aggressive. But once we got up there, that is a 19% move. Should have took the short. Let's see what the indicators are telling us. Let's go on the 4-hour. You were getting hits of bearish divergence, price going up. RSI was losing strength. That's the Prime Oscillator Pro. If you guys don't know, we're going to bring that up so you can see it. And then it was just continuing its way down, all the way down to a reversal. So, I mean, it moved. So this little arrow right here, this is just showing you a downtrend. That's what that means. All right, that's just certifying that you are in a downtrend. Let's look at the money flow here. Let's bring this up. All right, money flow. That's kind of waffling. Let's take the MFI out. MTF, sorry. Let's take that out, get that out of the way here. Got money flow. I mean, look, this was showing you too. Like these true sevens, man. These things are pretty good. I'm working on a trading strategy that actually incorporates those. Make it all automated, make it easy for you guys. But money flow looks like it's working its way down. It's kind of going horizontal and going back and forth. We had money flow coming in. Now money flow seems to be, I don't really want to say going out because it is right there at the zero line. So it's kind of indecisive, to be honest with you. But that being said, on the 4-hour, you did get a reversal indication, and you do see the prime oscillator working its way back up, starting to show a trend, right? Showing a trend of going up and right again. I mean, 20% move that quick. Like, if we get a bounce for Bitcoin or the market, that could be a really nice play. Here you go, coming back down to an area of support, right? So what is this doing? This is clearing out liquidity. There is no doubt in my mind what this candle right here did. Because with this right here, you get liquidity. So If I take this horizontal, right? You see this area where you have support? It's going to make it green. Guaranteed, that's liquidity. Okay, we are now interacting with 80,000 on Bitcoin. Let's go back there real quick and let's take a look at that. Let's see what kind of reaction we get with that area. Already getting a nice bounce, it looks like. Well, I won't say. I won't go that far. Look at that. Nice little wick coming off of that area. Not the only person looking at it. Let's go 3 minute. So actually, one thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to trade or close a trade. It may not hold up. Got a bounce there. I got another trade open right now. I'm going to have to close that. Give me 1 second. All right. Close that trade. A nice 150 bucks on a short today. I'll take that. That's on my Trading Wars account. All right. Now we wait and see which shall we do at the great 83,000 mark. Kyle Fields, what's up, man? Good to see you. Little Fish, how you doing? Maybe. Hiya. What's up to you? Good to see you in the chat. Feel not much will happen with negotiations till after the Canadian election. I mean, it's these. If we're talking tariffs still, that's worldwide, man. That's worldwide. And there's already been progress, to be real with you. Okay, it looks like it's trying to hold. Chillin', chillin', chillin'. Kind of tough. Anything going on in the market right now? Let's go to X. My dude, FD. I'm gonna try to get him on this week. Let's go to, let's see, Cointelegraph usually gets stuff out pretty quick. Not that I'm a huge like Cointelegraph guy, because they've done weird stuff sometimes. Paris Blockchain Week. Don't care about that. It's financial products. All right, so I'm not really seeing anything immediately that would shake the market. So this could just be a move back. Let's go back here. Tough. A little choppy, yeah, Jason, definitely a little choppy. And I don't know how key this level is that I'm looking at. Like, yeah, there's confluence. There's things that are lining up saying, hey, like there's a potential for a bounce here. But in the grand scheme of things, how important is 83K? It does align with some areas of support. Coming back left, just looking. There's a couple times 83K meant something. But I'll tell you this. One thing that I should be saying to myself right now is, what is the trend? And we had a nice move up this morning. I'll give you that. But what is the trend? And the trend, very easily put, as we're under the 200, as we're under the dynamic reactor, as we're in a descending channel, still down. I'm not going to fight the trend. All right. Not today. Not today. I think I'm just going to keep looking for shorts. So what am I looking for here? Let's do this. So let's say, all right, I'm not going to take this trade, which it looks like it's breaking down. Looks like a good call. And there it goes. Just lost it. All right, so let's go back to the 3 minute. What can I look for now? Instead is the retest. So we lose a level, right? You can tell. I try to hang up around 83K. You know what I need to do real quick? I want to go to the 12-hour liquidation heat map. Let's take a look at this. Nothing. Okay, that's not a driving factor. Got it. Let's go back to the chart. And now we can look for a retest. So if we know the trend is down, everything's kind of leaning that way. Do we start looking for a retest of this zone at 83K and then looking for that continuation down? And then where can we find support? Where do we see that turnaround? If we even see it. Golden pocket. Does that align with anything? That's one of the things too, is like try to find some confluence, right? Just because you go down to the 618 or the 0.65 doesn't mean you should take a trade. Like I don't put a lot of weight behind the 200 SMA on the 3 minute chart. But let's see where it's at. I think the 200 SMA is above on the 4 hour. It is. Where's that? It's above on the 1 hour, and it's finally below on the 15 minute. And again, I don't put a lot of stock into that. Should have kept that other short open, huh? It is what it is. I'll take the dub. See what you guys are saying over here. It's menopause. He's fluctuating. Are you talking about me? You gotta move. You gotta roll with the price action, baby. Can't just be going crazy. I found an area that had some confluence, had value area low or high. Horizontals going on, 0.382. All good, man. But the thing is, I didn't want to fight the trend. It's the right call. All right, so now we're moving down. Looks like 0.5 is next up on the hit list. What do we say here? I mean, that's plausible as well. Looking at some horizontals. I don't know. I think I'm gonna write all of this off. All this junk in the middle. All right, and I'm gonna look at the 786. So let's get rid of that. Too much trash in here. But you can see point of control of the range. 786 aligns at about 82,170. Let's go ahead and mark that on the chart. Let's actually move this down. And there you go. So that's gonna be the next zone I'm looking at. Let's make that. There we go. Kind of match the point of control there. I mean, could you get a bounce in there? Yeah. I mean, the 618 was aligning with the 200 as well as the dynamic reactor. All cool. But I like the 786 and the point of control. Just looking at some of the price action, right? I rather, like, you see some small hits of support and resistance in there. But this is a lot more prominent. See the price action? Like, it's really respecting that area at 82.1, 82.2. Support. Quite a bit. Resistance, quite a bit. This looks like a more important area on the smaller time frames. Looking at the 15 minute right here. So again, we got an alert set at 82.166, and we'll just kind of wait, right? Let's see what kind of price action we get there, what kind of reaction we get. and then we'll kind of look at it. We get a bullish candle, we get something like a bullish engulfing or something on the 3-minute or 5-minute, then might be an opportunity to take a trade. Just kind of ride the momentum. All right, let's see what we got in the chat. I'm still short from 83,517, just shaved a little off. Good, man. Nice. That's a win. Let's go. There it is. Every time I hear that music, I think I'm about to hear some MMA news. Yeah. Dude, it's all free stuff off YouTube, man. I gotta be honest with you. It actually reminds me of like 90s, like HBO or Cinemax late nights, personally, but that's just me. Come on down to the low at 82. Yeah, man, that's what I'm looking for. Oh, you're talking about the low right here? So you're talking about 81.6? Yeah. I mean, that's the jam. You get down to there. Now I'm very interested. But why is it so aggressive? So let's do this. Let's look at the NASDAQ as well as SPX here. Let's see what's going on with them. Aha! See? This is why we look at these. Came up to $75.28. You can already see I had it marked as resistance. I'm telling you, I'm paying more and more attention to the NASDAQ. Times uncertainty, you'll see the correlation, the parallel begin to happen. So look, this is what I was talking about. You know, I forgot to come over to the NASDAQ. Let's look at this. The 200 SMA this morning wasn't perfect. Was not perfect by any means. You also had a horizontal here. This breakout came down for a true retest. Check this out. All right, so you had a breakout, got rejected off this area of resistance. We had that identified. We really got ahead of price action on the NASDAQ. There's no doubt about that. We talked about all of this last week, and here you go. So you had the breakout, extend this line just a little bit more, and you got the true retest with a 200 SMA, right? That's, man, again, if only I was on the charts this morning, I definitely would have taken a long position. But what happened? We came back up to the dynamic reactor, ChartPrime for the win, let's go, in a horizontal level. So you had confluence of that area at about 75.28. You got a rejection. So you go to the smaller time frames, you can see that rejection, and what happens? Bitcoin then falls. So now, are we going to come back down and retest the zone again? Let's go back to the, what was I on, the 4-hour? Yeah. That's tough, and that's not what you want to see. And I was talking about that last week. Be very, very careful. You know, there was some creators that were like, I told you so. I know it's going to take off. Bull run's still on. Yes, the structure on Bitcoin has not been broken yet for bullish continuation. Fact. But when you start talking about the NASDAQ, man, nah, dog, this does not look good. How often does a dynamic reactor turn? Especially if you go to the 8-hour. Let's see if it's on the 8-hour. So it's kind of fluctuating right now, right? I want you to look. I want you to look. It has been green since November of 23. I say again, November of 23. It's been green. The dynamic reactor 8-hour is fire on the NASDAQ. Look at this. So this is the first time, like, okay, here, it switched, came down, you got a lower high officially, and a nice little dump. Same thing. Lower high, switch, dump. Is that what we're in for? Because I'm willing to say lower high at this point. I'm willing to say lower high. You can argue this one, but this is really the one I care about. You lost your range. You retested the range, and then you got price action down. So be very, very careful. All right, don't listen to crazies. You need to get back above this area right here. Mark that on your charts. About $79 to $78. You need to get above that. You get above that, I think everything's going to be okay. Yeah, don't get above that and stay above that, then, I mean, what are we potentially looking at? Let's just measure the last 2 times we've even seen purple on the chart. And I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be fair about my measurements. All right. This is below. Let's take it here. And when it crossed back over, 10%, which is pretty big for the NASDAQ. And that's not even taking like the low. Like I'm not taking the low. I'm literally taking from cross to cross. That crazy gap right there. Got bullish. And then right there, another 10%. So the last 2 times we've seen these bearish indications on the dynamic reactor, 10%. And that would just be taking the cross here. So let's say that this stays. Where would 10% put us? Down here. 67. Let's see if there's anything that lines up in terms of fib retracements. Let's take the high. Let's see. What do we say? 67? I gotta mark that on the chart. Close. Yeah, 67. Cool. Let's just mark it. Don't have to go fishing anymore. So you got that marked on the chart. Doing a fib. Cool. And look at that. So like getting ahead of it and saying, hey, like this is kind of our target area, 10% pullback is what we've seen historically. You would be hitting the golden pocket there. Isn't that crazy? That would be where your rejection is in confluence or in conjunction with this area of resistance. It's crazy how things line up. Get rid of that. There we go. Cool. So that's something I'm looking at on the NASDAQ. I'd take note of that. Again, times of instability in the economy, you'll start seeing that correlation. So keep your eye on it. All right, let's see what we got here. On the 8-minute chart, VWAO, are you saying VWAP? The dynamic reactor and the golden pocket lining up fairly well. 8-minute chart. Are we talking BTC? Nah, just a YouTube channel using the same. All right, let's look at that real quick. You said 8-minute chart? 8's my favorite number, by the way. Let's go. 8-minute chart. I believe you were talking about VWAP. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, so VWAP, I'm gonna have to take one of my indicators off. Volume, won't do it. Let's get rid of the moving average ribbon. Oh, that's not what we wanted. There we go. VWAP. Assuming you're using this one. It's the one everyone uses. Yeah, I don't have all the settings up on this though, dude. Let me see. Yeah. Let me at least change the VWAP color. VWAP is, why is it black? Who came up with that idea? Silly people. All right, let's do something that'll pop. There you go. Okay, so I see what you're saying. VWAP dynamic reactor aligning. You got the point of control here at 82.6. Which? Oh, that's not the point of control. That's a value area high. Did that shift with the time frame? It did. It is. What do I have going on right now? It looks like I have 2 fixed range volume profiles. Is this just not? Okay, that's not even marking it. I shifted it. That's what it was. See, that's why colors have to mean things. Let's make that white so I don't get confused again. All right, so you had a point of control, dynamic reactor, and the VWAP. That's what it was. So you're looking for a bounce there. Got it. I don't know. It doesn't look like it wants to play nice. I can see you got a lot in that area to show you a bounce, but it's just moving pretty aggressively. Right? You're not getting that climb down. It's a pretty aggressive move. Like it's just 45 degrees, bro. You're not seeing like, hey, getting a little bounce, come up, come down, up, kind of like stair stepping down. This is just down. I wonder if anything's going on. Let's go back to the NASDAQ. See what that's doing. Let me turn this VWAP off. Yeah, see the correlation is pretty tight right now. It looks like it's trying to retest the top side of this breakout here. Could get weird. All right, let's go back to this. I think that was a little bit closer to there. Just looking at price action, horizontals. 82, 250. That's it. It's a risky play if you're taking a long position. Again, my bias today is going to be for shorts. All right, your VWAP is at 82,350. Okay. So, I mean, that's a nice little zone here. Just looking at your horizontal levels, right? You got support, resistance, very clear. 82, 250, 82, 300. You got a nice area there that you can look for a bounce. And if you got VWAP that aligns, oh, Gucci. Yeah, it's hard for me to say long position right now. Like, you want to see something more aggressive. Like, look at this. When it came down to this area here, so we're on the 3 minute. Look at the difference. All right, you got that first wick. That's cool. That's saying, hey, there's willing buyers in here. Then you came down, and then you got a bullish engulfing. Just swallowed that candle. Subsequent candle, not only that, broke this structure right here. Well, I won't say structure, but more of a change of character, right? Reversal, breaks that horizontal, and then off and away it goes. So a lot of people, when they're looking at getting in these trades, they don't get in until right here. But this right here is the indicator for me. All right, buyers are coming in, bullish engulfing. Let's go. Let's try it out. What I call that is fishing. All right, understand that there is a little element of gambling, right? But we did look at some other things on the macro to be like, hey, like it was looking good. There was a lot of stuff lining up between the value area low, pivots, dailies, weeklies, all in one area. All right. Looking like it's trying. Point of control. Let's get rid of all the prices. Hey, TradeFly, what's up? Trade Brigade. All set, how you doing? Good to see you. All right, Mark. Good to see you, brother. Have a good one. So again, for those that came a little bit late, I am offering a deal right now on a Bitunix. I'll give you guys 10% off on your trading fees. I pinned that to the top there. 10% off your trading fees, and that's perpetual. You got 7 days to get in on it, but saving that 10% on your trading fees, that is forever. I'm basically forfeiting my commission for you guys to save on your trading fees. Looks like we're getting a little push up. So what can we look for now? All right, remember I talked about this zone right here at about 83K. Do we get a rejection? Because my bias is going to be for shorts right now, not for longs. All right, so just doing some fibs right now. Let's see what we got. It's funny. Pretty much the 0.382 in the opposite direction now would be about the same area it was before we broke. It's kind of funny. I think I'll be chilling. Just chilling, man. It's something that I like right now. 83K is definitely next level of interest. Yeah. That's what I'm looking at right now. Looking for a short? Yeah, I'm looking for a short. My bias, even though we had a nice move up today, this morning, I just kind of zoom out and I'm looking at the trend right now. I'd say the trend overall is still bearish. And all we're really doing is staying in that range, right? Been in this range for a little while. We did break out for a minute, but see what money flow's doing on the hourly. Money flow's coming in. It's working its way up. Still not quite back to the zero. 15-minute. Telling a different story. Already green, working its way down. 5-minute. Just horizontal on the zero. 3-minute. Working its way down. You can see, like, looking at the indicator too. Let's go. What time does this go? 8 o'clock. General slope, general trend of the indicator is working down and right. Even though we got a nice bounce, at least on the indicator, right? It flipped. The general trend is still kind of working its way down. You can see the volatility in the market here as well. Look at the volatility in there. And now it's kind of starting to settle. This is why people like to trade in the morning during the opening. All right, let's go. I want to look at AVAX. Because I did buy some AVAX at, I think it was about 15 or 16 bucks. That's just the oscillator. Nailed that one. Had an area of resistance at 23. That line has been there, just so you know. I did not draw that once that price action came up there. So where did I come up with that? That's just a horizontal. All I did is go back left on the chart and take kind of the average of where I'm seeing the support and resistance and how many times it interacts with it. And right here specifically, kind of just split the difference. And look at this right here. Like, you can see, this is what I love seeing. All right, something I always look for when I'm looking for horizontals, important ones. Like people are like, how do you come up with the horizontals? Well, it's not just a matter of support and resistance. Sometimes it is, but the ones that I decide to put on the chart a lot of times are where I see significant movement or price action, right? So look at the breakdown here. So you see support, resistance, try to hold a support, and then a breakdown. Came up for a retest, didn't quite make it, but close enough for government work. That's only 50 cents away. And then just kept on going, right? And this is where I bought. I couldn't help myself. I just couldn't. But, man, that was a sharp rejection. Looks very similar to Sui, or Sui, whatever the hell you guys want to call that coin. But now we're at area support. Nice little area support for AVAX. So yeah, right around this zone, about $18.20. Nice little area support. It's just, man, it is tough with these altcoins right now because they have been massacred in comparison to Bitcoin. Chart ultimately doesn't look great. Lower high, lower low. Yeah, you get these pops. But when it comes down to it, chart doesn't look great. Like this, you would have liked to at least see some momentum here out of this. Break this area to 23, work its way up to the dynamic reactor at a minimum, and then come back down and retest. Like that's the path you wanted to see for AVAX. You wanted to see something that looked a little bit more like this. That would make you feel a lot better. It is what it is. I'm in. Couldn't help myself here. That's literally just another horizontal. You can see it. Look, let's take this rejection right here. And when you then go left or right on the chart, you're like, okay, where does that line up? Look right here, support, breakdown, retest, breakdown. That lets me know key area. Pops off right here. And then what do? Ultimately come back down and boom. You get a bounce. And it's that simple with looking at some of these horizontals. It is not just a matter of where there's support and resistance. You want to look for price action in that area as well. So if you learned anything from today, take that into consideration. AVAX not looking great though. But you do have a chance. There's hopium for a little bounce here. All right, we got up to 83. Look at that pop. That happened quick. See, I'm talking to you guys. And we get a pop. Let's see. Let's go to the 3 minute. Here we are. Right at the 083. I don't know. Might tell me hold my beer, huh? Point of control might have been the jam. Let's get out of this. Let's go over to the NASDAQ real quick. NASDAQ looked like it popped. Sure enough. Making that push. What time is it right now for East Coast? That's 2 o'clock. So you're getting that afternoon push. You'll see that a lot. Market open, a lot of times you'll get like these little like fake outs in the morning. And then in the afternoon, you'll get the push, whether it's, you know, aggressively up or down. It just seems like I see that a lot in the afternoon. To the 8 hour. But ultimately, yeah, it just came back down, retested this breakout and the 200. And now it's moving positive. Of course, I develop a bias for a short, and this is what it does. I saw BTC retest 382 to the pixel last night and said, oh my god, bounce incoming. Haha, your horizontal is good. LOL, better than government work. You know it. Here we go. So it looks like a little rejection coming in. That's a strong wick. Only 3 minutes. Let's look at Heikin-Ashi. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4 very bullish candles on Heikin-Ashi. Kind of develop market structure. Let's look at the VWAP on the 3 minutes. That is below us. That's tough. You don't necessarily want to trade against the VWAP. One of the things, one of the strategies I was looking at before was, it involved the VWAP on the 1 minute. And what you were looking for is you only took longs above VWAP and you only took shorts below VWAP. This was on the minute. But what you were looking for was the Heikin-Ashi candles. And what you wanted to see how it's this top right here? There's nothing above it. Like there's no wick above it. All right, so you wanted to see 3 of these in a row. So this one you got 4. And then you wanted to see a flip with either indecision or a bullish candle on the backside. Which you did get this candle right here showing you indecision, wick, either side, basically even. This was a 1 minute strategy, not a 3 minute. But you're above VWAP. There's your indecision, and that would be, you would look for a quick 2-to-1, 2-to-1s only. And then of course you just put your stop loss under the lowest wick. I was using that, just a little scalping strategy for a little while. It worked okay. So it was numbing. Like I had to just sit there and follow and watch the charts all day, and it just wasn't for me. Wix wife, fine 89. What's up to you, lady? I'm on the 1 week on BTC. Andrew Cameron, what's up? GM to you. Thumbnail is pretty. Thank you, Buck. I appreciate you. Pushing up, hitting the 0.5. And you got this little trend. This is tough. I don't know. I think I'm going to chill. I don't think I'm going to take anything on that, to be honest with you. Let's get rid of the VWAP here. It's like playing deal or no deal. Get up there, you're like, no deal, no short. Go to the 1 week. I'll go to the 1 week. What were you looking at though on the 1 week? Let me see. Let me scroll. VWAP is king. Yeah, man. I mean, VWAP is tried and true. I will say there's a lot of pro traders out there in stocks that they only use like 3 indicators, and VWAP is one of them a lot of times. All right, swing time. Let's zoom out and get cray cray. Okay, so if we're looking at the weekly, I told you area of interest is down here at the 618. 72,200-ish. I think you're going to see price action there. I think we're still in the high Kanashi, but that's okay. So one of the things, here you go. Y'all want some alpha? Do this. It does not work very well in a market that is consolidating, but holy moly, trust me, it makes up for it when it's not consolidating. You literally take high Kanashi on the weekly. This is an easy trade strategy. Let me tell you, it's the easiest. And you trade the color, whether it's bullish or bearish. Now, do you get wiped out sometimes? Yes. But you catch the trends. You catch the moves. So when this market starts going, look at this. Trust me when I say it makes up for it. Let's take the top of the candle. Trend, that's a 58% move. Let's take the next one. Let's take the top of the candle to close there. Oh, blue, 55%. Top to the bottom close, 26%. This one you might lose. You lost 2%. I'm so sorry. So sorry for this bad strategy. So you can see, like, yeah, you're going to take some L's in here, but set yourself up so that you're protecting yourself with a stop loss, obviously. Just know how to protect yourself. What I would say is just go back and kind of look at the average loss on the flip and then use that as your stop loss. But yeah, man, like I said, it doesn't do well here. Like, this is a little chop. Like, there's a couple wins in here. That's a win. That's a win. Loss, loss, win. You guys can go back and do the back testing. But trust me, the wins far outweigh the losses since 2021. Percentage-wise. Again, let's... In the trend, 47%. In the trend, 48%. Get some L's in here. Probably a few L's. But look, it's not crazy moves. Like, even this is a really tight loss. Just want to show this to you. Like, you're like, oh yeah, you lost it, sucker. But like, look, this L is 2%. This L right here is 2.16%. This L right here, yes, you lost. You lost some moves. I got it. 3.78%. So yeah, as it consolidates and it ranges, doesn't do great. The minute it breaks out though, bangers. Absolute bangers. 49%. Yeah, I can short it too. Now, understand, like, that's going to increase your losses. But look right here. We got our flip. And our first candle right there, that's 14%. Dub. Now, the problem is, the thing that you got to be careful of there, if you're playing it both ways, all right, then you're gonna take L's both ways on some of these losses. When you get in this chop, it's like you're getting double the losses. Up to you on how you want to play it. But dude, simple strategy. Very beginner level strategy you can use is just VWAP on the weekly. And just play the flips. Build some discipline. You know, help you along that initial journey when you're getting comfortable with trading. Very simple. All right, weekly, looking at that. Oh, we got rejected, didn't we? Let's go. Hold up. Let's go back. 83, we did not get rejected. That was the Haikanashi. Let's go back. Anyways, I'll tell you I didn't teach you anything. Here we go. So came back up to the top of this little channel we got going on here on the smaller time frames. Not something I'm going to take, though. Not just based on one little trend line. Be real with you. I need more. Let's see if we did a fixed range. Let's say we got into this one. So you got the value area low. But the problem is it incorporates this as well. That's really not accurate. This range is not based on time. This range is based on the range itself. Let's actually move that back. It's more of that's a me thing more than anything. All right, let's look at this one. Okay, value area low. This is where you want to see a rejection. Get back underneath. If you're looking for shorts. Chilling. All right, let's go back to the heat map. Transactions. Ooh, that's a biggie. It's one of the bigger ones I've seen. 3,800, almost 3,900. Unknown wallet to unknown wallet. Okay, don't care about that. 1,800 transferred from Coinbase to unknown wallet. That's a buy, likely. 275 unknown wallet to Coinbase wallet. That would be a sell, more than likely. Let's update this real quick. Yeah, I'll say for sure. Like, honestly, I prefer more of swing trading. Personally. And I like to set alerts and kind of just be ready for price action to come to me. I'm not as big on scalping, to be honest with you. But, you know, have some fun. I mean, you can see it's holding up here right now. It's struggling trying to break this level. About 83.3. All right. Zoom out a little bit. Let's not get too sucked in. I mean, it's looking like if you're taking this away, this could just ultimately just come down, right? You got the little flag going on, come down, clear out the liquidity, reestablish the zone, and actually look for continuation to the upside just based on looking at this price action right here. If I'm isolating the price action, let's go. Isolating this price action right here. Trends within trends, right? Do have a decent horizontal. $83.5 aligns with the point of control. I appreciate y'all being here. Yeah, I'm still going, dude. I'm chilling. Chilling. We looking for some Alex O scalps, man. Looking for some opportunities here. Took a little short today. Trading Wars. Got, I think it was like 150 bucks off that. Nothing too crazy. Took a little short. All right, so we're breaking. I think the struggle right now is knowing that the trend is generally bearish. But today, if you're just isolating the price action, this actually looks very bullish. Hey, Wave Cypher, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Good to meet you as well. Hope you have a great day, man. All set. Not a big fan of scalping, but I'll degen or fox with it. Yeah, no doubt. I can't even really hear the music that well. Let me turn it up. Let me turn this up. Oh, I think it just changed songs. How's my audio sound? Because I got my DSLR back. I'm back home, finally. Alright, so breaking out of this little trend. Sound is good. Cool. Sweet. All right. Making another little push up. NASDAQ looking like it wants to push up. Probably about to hit a little bit of resistance there, though. You know, some things, sometimes it just doesn't pan out. Let's go back to the 3 minute. I don't really want to be silly either. Let me see something. Do a little comparison here. Alright, that's the 5 day. So one of the things I used to look at a while back, and this was a Eric Crown thing, so I will take 0 credit for this. But on the 5 day, he would use BBWP, Bollinger Band Width Profile, and the stochastic RSI. So this right here, when it's red, is showing you volatility kind of in the market, or projected volatility in the market. And the stochastic, right, you're kind of looking for that crossover to the downside, and you would anticipate a pullback. The blue right here is kind of indicating to you, not kind of, but is indicating that, hey, that move, that trend is over. That move has kind of come to an end. You can expect a little bit more consolidation would be kind of the expectation there. Not so much in this case, though. But again, look, you had a little flash of it. Price kept going down and then ended that real quick. So only 1 bar. But basically, like, it's just saying a move has come to the end. It's projecting that, at least trying to. But what I want to look at, I just wanted to see, like, if we were seeing any red or if we're seeing a cross on stochastic. And this is on the 5 day. And it looks like we are at least seeing a cross to the upside, just not seeing where it's telling us that there is any volatility. I've watched Crown every day since summer of 2021. Yeah, man, I like Crown. I really like his analysis. I think he's very good at articulating it. So, yeah, man, definitely I am a fan as well. Obviously do my own thing, but yeah, man, he's definitely someone I respect. I haven't seen him do this as much recently, though. This was a thing, I'd say, like, maybe a year, 2 years ago, man. He had a table all laid out, all the statistics, and this was like one of his biggest hitters. So I kind of adopted it. Because like this one right here, it would have been probably a nice play, right? But the volatility coming, just waiting for that cross to the downside. You get it, little pullback. It's a matter of getting out, though, right? Like, that was one thing with his strategy, at least what he was saying on YouTube, that I struggled with, was like, hey, where's the exit? All right, he showed the entry quite a bit. I'm assuming it's probably the stochastic cross to the upside, but who knows? Anyways, I just want to look at that. Also, too, let's go to the 3 minute, and let's see if we're seeing anything different here. So it's kind of like a side by side. Where are we at in relation to the Bollinger Bands? Getting to the top there. Stochastic. It's really just kind of pegging out the top side. Hasn't really crossed. BBWP not showing us too much there. But looking at this, you do see, yeah, put that away here. Money flow coming in. I'm not a big market cipher guy, but see RSI is working its way up. Cool. Just wanted to look, little comparison. Yeah, the weekly hash ribbon, that's a big one. That has been very bullish historically. That's something I did a video on back during the bear market 2022. Hash ribbon was part of that analysis. I basically did a bottom video, and I think I was somewhere around, don't hold me to it, but I think it was like 17 something. I made a whole video saying I think this could be the bottom, and I gave a lot of good analysis of why that was. Even some statistics on the backside of those hash ribbons, or that flip. When you get the buy signal, generally you had like a little bit of pullback on the backside of that, and I measured all those out and was like, hey, could be a little bit more downside before upside, and sure enough, that's almost exactly what played out. And then it was just, we never looked back, man. Had I listened to myself, I'd probably be a very wealthy man if I would have invested a lot more at that point. But of course, you know, like, you get nervous. Everything that was going on with FTX and just the uncertainty, Voyager, Celsius, like, you know, there was real thoughts there, like, hey, like, maybe this crypto thing may not be what I was thinking. I mean, if you weren't thinking that at the bottom of the market, like, you're probably not normal. So, not saying you didn't believe and you weren't going to continue to invest, because I did. But, like, if you weren't having those, like, thoughts of, like, hey, this is getting weird now, then we're gonna have to have another talk. ChartPrime 1 is fire. Yeah, no doubt. I do like ChartPrime. I've actually cleaned mine up a little bit. I don't have as much. There's actually more to this oscillator, but I take a lot of it off. All right. This song is like, reminds me of Tron. Get into a horizontal. That was a nice little bump up, man. The POC with the trend line may have been the jam. It's a 1% move. I think that was the play. But I was not looking for a long. Getting a little rejection here. Starting to bend over on the oscillator. If the blue plays out again, no more weekly flows under 76,560. Yeah, we'll see. That's tough. Honestly, though, like, the timing is different from a macroeconomic perspective, right? Like, there's a lot of turmoil right now. There's talk with tariffs and just a lot of negative data. And I don't think that it was the same, to be real with you. So I could very much see, even if it does, you know, I mean, it's already printed, is my understanding, right? Like, the buy signal's already there. I think 72? I think 72 is still a very real possibility and makes a lot of sense. Let me go out to the daily. Yeah, 72. Still makes a lot of sense. And it's keeping bullish structure, right? So just understanding, like, even if it pulls back there, like, still okay. It's actually almost expected. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know that would necessarily hold up, and it wouldn't be a big deal. fix that. All right, I think I'm chilling. I don't think I'm gonna take any trades right now, to be real with you. Little indecision. Short-term trend's kind of bullish. Overlying trend is a little bit bearish, or a lot more bearish, we'll say. It is establishing a higher high here, shorter time frame, no consolidation. I don't know. I think a move to the upside actually would not be surprising, but I'm not gonna take a trade on it right now. So, all Gucci. We were looking, we were fishing. We didn't find anything we like. That's all. That's part of the game, though, right? Go sit in that boat for a while, throw that worm out there and see if something nibbles. I'd say the only potential play here that I wasn't feeling was this point of control here with the trend line and the 200 on the 3-minute, which I don't put much stock in the 200 on the 3-minute. So, but cool. I think I'm gonna get out of here. I think I've been on here long enough. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show today. I wasn't scared. What are you talking about? Back in 2022? I mean, I wasn't scared out of the market, bro, but I was scared. I ain't gonna lie to you. Why wouldn't you be? You crazy. Trading is waiting. Yeah, man. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. I'm telling you, it's like fishing. You just sit there and wait. But it's good because the more times you spend on the charts, looking at the charts, you start picking up on some of those patterns, those trends that you'll see over and over again. It's time, right? It's time in the game. You know, it's that pattern recognition, and ultimately that'll pay dividends for you later on. So I think some key things for you guys though to take away today is like, hey, having your exchange ready to go, right? Like all your stuff's already set, right? You got your leverage, you got your take profits, you got your stop loss, all that's ready to go. All you got to do is hit long or short. And I think that's, you know, something for you guys. If you're scalping especially, have that ready, because the time, like that, those seconds sometimes can matter a lot. So cool. I'm gonna get out of here. If you guys don't mind, hit that like for me. I would appreciate that. And come on over to my Discord. I did post that. It's actually at the top there. It is pinned to the top. I think it's also in the description as well. But come on over to Discord, join us. I'm gonna be I'll be doing some trade setups eventually, but right now mostly TA. The premium side, I'm trying to figure that all out, how it's gonna go down. Right now, what I'm doing is everybody that drops a UID that joined with me on Bitunix will automatically get access, and then we're kind of go from there. But right now, it's all being built. So you guys are getting in early, being part of the process, and I'm thinking I'll probably open up the trade setups and all that initially, just maybe for the first 30 days, just so you guys can get a feeler, see what it's about, see if it's something you're interested in. I don't want to just willy-nilly throw something crazy at you guys. So check it out. I'm gonna try to get some traders in there as well, so they'll drop some trade setups, and I think it'll be good, man. I already got a nice little family in there, and we got Tom. If y'all don't know, y'all need to come meet Tom. Tom is something different. And if you know, you know. All right? Come on over. All right. I'm going to get out of here. Hope you guys have a great day. Trade safe. Be safe. I'm out.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind
mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You could flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you'll find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. And even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.